Hello everyone, hope you all are fine. This is Shikha Tiwari and today we will study the next chapter that is called as a nutrition in animals. Now this chapter is going to be very interesting for you because in this chapter we will get to know different kinds of the nutrition which the animals are intaking and the process of getting nutrition. Fine. So we will read different things about the animal nutrition in this chapter. Now see, as you all of us know that there are the different kinds of the animals. Some kind of the animals are what? Some kinds of the animals are eating the flesh of other animals. Some kind of the animals they are eating the plant and the plant products, as well as some kind of the animals are there. They are eating the flesh as well as they are also eating the plant and the plant products also. So according to the food items they are eating, they are categorized into the different parts. They are categorized into the herbivorous, they are categorized into the carnivorous, and they are categorized into the omnivorous. So according to the food item, according to their food item they are eating, they are categorized into the different parts. But the main thing is that either there is any kind of the animal or there is any kind of the human being, we are directly or indirectly dependent on one food item, one source, that is called as a plant. Either directly or indirectly we are dependent on the plants. Fine. So first of all, what we have to study? We have to study about the animal nutrition. Now see, animal nutrition includes the nutrient requirement, mode of intake of food and the utilization in the body. Mean to say that what there is a need for the requirement of the nutrient, how they are intaking the food, which is the mode of intaking the food by the animals, and how it is being utilized by the body. Fine. So animal nutrition mainly consists of the 5 steps. One by one we will study each step. And what are these 5 steps? These 5 steps are the ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, ingestion. Fine. Now the first step that is there in the animal nutrition is what? That is the process of intaking food. So when we are taking the food, how we are intaking? We are intaking the food inside our mouth. So this act or this process of intaking the food inside our body, it is called as a ingestion. Now the next one is digestion. Suppose we have been taking the food, we have chewed the food with the help of a teeth and with the help of the tongue, etc. Now this food is being passed into the digestive system for the digestion. So digestion is what? Digestion is a process of breaking down of the complex food substances into the simple and the soluble food substances with the help of the digestive juices. Now see what happened, that sometimes or we can say mainly what we are doing, we are intaking the food. Fine, we are intaking the food. Now what happens with the help of this teeth, that food which we have eaten, that was there in the form of the complex form. Now these complex food substances is broken down into the smaller substances with the help of what? It is broken down into the smaller substances with the help of the digestive juices as well as with the help of our teeth. Starting from the beginning, in the mouth, the food is broken down into the smaller pieces with the help of a teeth as well as with the help of a tongue and the saliva. Now saliva, all of you must be knowing that saliva is also present in our mouth. So saliva, which is secreted by the salivary glands, this is also a kind of the digestive juices. So this saliva also helps the food for the digestion. Fine. So this is the digestion. Digestion is what? Digestion is a process of breaking down of the complex food substances which we have intaken with the help of some kind of the digestive juices, tooth and the tongue, etc. Fine. So this is called as a digestion. Now the next step is that we have to study is about the absorption. Now see, absorption is what? Absorption is the soluble substances are absorbed into the body fluids. Now see what happened, once the food is broken down into the simpler substances, Fine. It is also being converted into the soluble food substances. These soluble food substances are absorbed into the body fluids. So this absorption of the soluble substances into the body fluids is called what? It is called as the absorption. Now the next step, that is the fourth step, is the assimilation. So see, assimilation is what? Assimilation is once the food is being absorbed into the body fluids, now there is also a need that food which was being absorbed by the body fluids is being transported to the different parts of the body. Fine. So this transportation of these some simple substances to the different parts of the body, it is called as a assimilation. Now why this absorbed food is being transported to the different parts of our body? So that every part of our body may get the sufficient energy to do any kind of the work, as well as for the growth and development of that particular organ or that particular part of the body. Because as all of us know that food is the foremost requirement of our body for our different body parts also, and if we will not get the sufficient food, we will not get the sufficient energy for doing any kind of the work, as well as for the growth and development of our body also. So this is called as a assimilation. Assimilation is what? At the absorbed simple substance, whatever the simple substances was absorbed, that is being transported to the different parts of the body where they are utilized by the body for the growth and development. Fine. Now the next step is what? The next step, that is the last step, is the ingestion. Now ingestion is what? The ingestion is the undigested or the unabsorbed solid residues of the food are expelled out from the body in the form of the feces. Now see what happens. Some of part of the food is being digested and it is also being utilized by our body. But some part of the food is not utilized. It is not digested by our body. So whatever the unwanted or the undigested part of the food is there, that is being expelled out or eliminated out or excreted out from our body with the help of some kind of the organs, and this process is called what? This process is called as a ingestion. Now what we have to read the next topic. The next topic that we have to read is the digestion in the humans. Now see how the digestion takes place in the human beings. Fine. So how the digestion takes place in the human beings, that we will study in this topic. Now first of all, have an overlook on this digestive system. This is a figure of the digestive system. Now see what happens. In the digestive system, the first part you can see, this is the mouth, buccal cavity, and in the mouth the tongue is also there. All of you must be familiar. Along with the tongue, the teeth are also present in our mouth. So what happens in the mouth or in the buccal cavity? Whatever the food we have intaken, that food is being chewed with the help of a teeth, with the help of a saliva. It is being converted into a paste form, and afterwards it is passed into the stomach with the help of a food pipe. Now this food pipe is called what? This food pipe is called as a esophagus tube. Now once the food reaches into our stomach, it is be further digested over here with the help of some kind of the digestive juices. Now what happens? Some part of the food is digested over here, stomach. Now the further digestion takes place where? The further digestion takes place in the small intestine, because the small intestine is also secreting some kind of the juices. So here also the further digestion takes place. Now once the digestion takes place in the small intestine, afterwards it is being sent into the large intestine. Now what happens in the large intestine? Whatever the undigested or the unwanted part was there, from that the sufficient water is absorbed. Fine. And whatever the left part is there, that is expelled out from the body with the help of this organ, that is called as a anus. Now on the either side you can also see that the diaphragm is there, gallbladder, bile duct, liver, pancreas. These are all what? These are different kinds of the glands that is present in this digestive system. Now these digestive system is also an important part. These glands are also the part of the digestive system, because all these kinds of the glands, likewise the pancreas, liver, bile duct, etc., they are also secreting a kind of the digestive juice. And whatever the digestive juice they are secreting, they are so much helpful for the digestion of the food. Fine. So this is all about the overview about the digestive system. Now let us start. That we intake the food with the help of a mouth. All of us know that when we are intaking the food, we are intaking it with the help of a mouth. Now with the help of the tongue, with the help of the salivary glands, and with the help of the teeth, etc., it is broken down into the smaller pieces. It is converted into a paste-like form, and afterwards it is being transported. It is being passed into the stomach with the help of the food pipe. Fine. Now what happened? The food passes through a continuous canal which begins at the buccal cavity. With this we have read that from where it begins from the buccal cavity, from the mouth, and it ends from where? It ends to the anus. So this is all about the alimentary canal. Now this alimentary canal or this digestive system have the various compartments. This we will read one by one. That is the buccal cavity, the food pipe or the esophagus, the stomach, small intestine, large intestine, as well as the anus. So is it not a very long part? Now see, all these parts, when all these organs including all these glands etc., when all these work constitute, then it constitutes a digestive system, or you can say that it constitutes a digestive tract, that is also called as a alimentary canal. Now whatever the food items we are intaking, that is gradually get digested in different kinds of the canals. It get digested in the stomach, it get digested in the small intestine, and in the different compartment also. Now see, the inner walls of the stomach and the small intestine and the various glands associated with the canal, such as the salivary glands, liver and the pancreas, secrete some kind of the digestive juices also. Now as we have seen in the figure that this is all what? This is all the part of the digestive system. Now along with all these organs, along with all these main organs, stomach is also secreting a kind of the juice. Here is also some kind of the food is digested in a small intestine. All these are what? All these are the main parts of the digestive system. But along with it, some kind of the glands are also there. Fine. Some kind of the glands are also associated with it. Likewise, a gallbladder, bile duct, liver and the pancreas. So they are also secreting a kind of the digestive juices. So these digestive juices are also very much helpful for the digestion of the food, for converting these complex substances of food into the simpler ones. Fine. So when all these organs as well as the glands combine together and digest the food, then they are constituting a system, and that system is called as what? That system is called as a digestive system, or it is also called as the alimentary canal. So don't get confused between the alimentary canal or the digestive system. So this is all about an overview or the introduction about the digestion in the humans. Now the next one, what we have to read? We have to read about the first one. See, here we have read about the different compartments: the buccal cavity, the food pipe, stomach, small intestine, large intestine and the anus. So the first one that we have to study about the mouth and the buccal cavity. Now all of you know that as we are taking food, we are taking the food inside our mouth. Fine. Now in our mouth, all of us know that different kinds of the teeth are present, as well as as well as the saliva and the tongue is present. So whatever the food we have taken in, that is chewed or it is broken down into the simpler substances with the help of the teeth, saliva, as well as with the help of the tongue etc. It is being converted into a paste like form. So food is taken into the body through the mouth. The process of intaking, as we have read in the ingestion is what? The process of intaking the food inside our body, that is called as a ingestion. Now what we do here, we chew the food with the help of a teeth. Afterwards we break the food into the smaller pieces. Now see, whatever the tooth are present in our mouth, so these tooth is also rooted in a separate socket in the gums. Now you can also see your tooth also, they have the different kinds of the shape also, and they also have the different kinds of the function. And if you wanted to recognize the shape of your tooth, then you can move your tongue or fingers slowly over your teeth. Now when you will move your finger or tongue over your tooth, then you will be able to recognize it easily. You will get to know that different kinds of the tooth have the different shape, and they have the different kinds of the functions also. So based on their structure and the functions of the teeth, how many kinds of the teeth are there? There are mainly the 4 kinds of teeth. How many kinds of teeth are there? The 4 kinds of the teeth are there. The first one is the incisors, the second one is the canines, and the third one is the premolars, the fourth one is the molars. So one by one we will read about the incisors, canines, premolars and the molars. So first of all we have read about what? Incisors. Now incisors are also called as the cutting teeth. Why they are called as the cutting teeth? Because the function of the incisors is the biting and cutting the food. That's why they are called as a cutting teeth. And where they are present? They are present in the front part of both the jaws. Fine. So where the incisors are present? The incisors are present at the front part of both the jaws, and what they are called? They are also called as a cutting teeth. So this is called as a incisors. Here you can see that the incisors are present on the front part of the jaw. Now the next one is the canines. Now canines are the another set of teeth which are present on the either side of the incisors. Where they are present? They are present on the either side of the incisors. And if you will move your tongue slowly over your jaw, then you will see that some kind of the teeth are pointed. So whatever the pointed teeth you are seeing in your mouth, that are called what? That are called as a canines. So canines are what? Canines are the sharp and the pointed. That's why they are also called as the tearing teeth. Why? Because they are helpful for tearing the food, for tearing any kind of the food item. Now the next one is the premolars and the molars. So premolars and molars are what? Premolars and molars are the teeth which are present at the back of your jaw. Now these teeth are responsible for chewing the food properly, as it is said that before swallowing the food you have to chew the food properly. So this function can be done with the help of the premolars and molars. That's why they are also called as a crushing and the grinding teeth. Why? Because the function of the premolars is to crush and grind the food properly. Now the shape of these teeth is what? If you will see with the help of your finger or with the help of your tongue, then you will see that they are quite broad. They are little bit broad and they have almost a flat surface. So these are called as a premolars and the molars. Premolars and molars are what? The teeth which are present at the back of the mouth for the crushing and grinding the food properly. So these kind of the teeth are called as a premolars and the molars. And what is the function? What is the shape? They have the little bit flat surface. Fine. Now the next one we have to study milk teeth and the permanent teeth. All of you are familiar that milk teeth are called as a temporary teeth, and the permanent teeth, all of you know that these comes when we are an adult, when we are not a child. So temporary teeth, when these teeth are present where? These teeth are present in the children which are in the age group of the 6 months to the 8 years. So the children which are in the age group of 6 months to 8 years, they have the milk teeth, and the milk teeth are also called as what? They are called as a temporary teeth. Now how many kinds of the milk teeth are found in the children? 20 milk teeth are found in the children. 10 are present in the upper jaw and 10 are present in the lower jaw. Now these are the temporary teeth which are gradually replaced by a new set of teeth. Now what happens as the children turn to the 9 years, then the teeth, or 8 years also, then the teeth started shedding. Fine. Now when this milk teeth or the temporary teeth started shedding, then the new teeth or the new tooth arise in place of this milk teeth or the temporary teeth. So whatever the new tooth that arrive in place of the milk teeth or the temporary teeth is called what? That is called as a permanent teeth. So permanent teeth, all of you know that the teeth which cannot be replaced by the natural teeth. Now see, this is also the important thing, that we have read that milk teeth are replaced by the permanent teeth. But see, if the permanent teeth is shed off, then it will not be replaced by any new natural teeth. but the main thing is that the permanent don't shed off so easily, or it don't shed it too early. Why? Because they are the permanent teeth, and if you have any kind of the dental problem in your mouth, if you have any kind of the dental disease or the tooth decay etc., then it will shed off, or when you will grow so old, then only they will shed off. And you must be seeing in your home that if you have the older person in your home, if you have the grandmother, grandfather etc., then you must be seeing that they the tooth of these our grandmother and grandfather started shedding off. And when these permanent teeth started shedding off, then our grandparents are also not able to chew the food properly also. Fine. So this is all about the milk teeth and the permanent teeth. Milk teeth is also called as a temporary teeth. Now the next one that we have to study, we have to study about the tongue. Now tongue is what? Tongue, all of you know that tongue is a fleshy muscular organ that is attached where? That is attached at the back to the floor of the buccal cavity. Fine. Now tongue is what? Tongue is attached at the back of the buccal cavity, but the front part of the tongue is what? It is free to move in any direction, and we are moving our tongue here and there in all the direction. Now tongue is also the important part of the buccal cavity because it is also performing some kind of the various important function. So what are the functions of the tongue? The function of the tongue is that it enables us to speak. Without tongue we are not able to speak anymore. So the function of the tongue is what? That with the help of the tongue we are able to speak. With the help of the tongue, we are able to mix our food with the saliva. As you all know that saliva is a kind of digestive juice which is responsible for the digestion of the food. So we mix the food with the saliva with the help of our tongue, as well as tongue also have the different kinds of the taste bud also. Whatever the food item we are eating, that we are able to recognize that which kind of the taste that food item have with the help of this, with the help of the taste buds that is present on our tongue. Likewise, here you can see this is a bitter taste bud, this is a sweet taste bud, this is a sour, salty and the salty. And we have read in the acids, bases and salt that which have the bitter taste, acids or the bases. The bases have the bitter taste, and which have the sour taste, the acids have the sour taste. So this is all about the tongue. That tongue is also the important part of the buccal cavity, and it also have the important function. It enables us to speak, as well as it also helps to mix the food with the saliva, as well as we are able to recognize different kinds of the taste, that whether the food item is salty, whether the food item is bitter, or whether the food item is sour, with the help of the taste buds that are present on our tongue. Now the next one that we have to study about the salivary glands. We are talking about salivary glands again and again. Now see, what are the salivary glands? Now see students, what happened in our buccal cavity, in our mouth. The tooth are present, the tongue are present, but further from these two, a kind of the salivary glands are also present. And how many kinds of the salivary glands are present? The 3 pairs of the salivary glands are present. How many pairs? The 3 pairs of the salivary glands are present. Now these salivary glands produce a watery secretion. Now whatever the secretion they are secreting, that is a little bit watery form, and this watery secretion is called what? This watery secretion is called as a saliva. What is this called? This is called as a saliva. Fine. This is called as the saliva. So which is actually what? The saliva is a kind of the digestive juice which is also responsible for digestion of the food. Now see, in the saliva is what? Saliva is a kind of the watery secretion that is secreted by the salivary glands. Now in this saliva, a kind of the enzyme is present. Right? Now which kind of the enzyme is present? This is the amylase enzyme is present. Now what is the function of this amylase enzyme? The function of the amylase enzyme is that it breaks down the starch into the simpler forms. Now see what happens, whatever the food item we are eating. So every kind of the food item that we are eating, that is rich in different kinds of the nutrients. Some of the food items are rich in the sugar, some of the food items are rich in the starches, proteins, carbohydrates, etc. But the enzyme which is present in this saliva, that is called as a amylase enzyme. The function of this amylase enzyme is that it breaks down the starch. Mainly it breaks down the starch into the simpler sugars, fine, so that it can be digested properly. It is breaking down the starch into the simple sugars. So this also you have to kept in mind, that amylase enzyme is present in the saliva. Amylase enzyme is present in the saliva, which breaks down the starch into the simple sugars. Now the next one, the topic that we have to cover up, that we have to study, that is called as a food pipe or the esophagus. Now from the food pipe you must be familiar. We have talked a lot about this food pipe, that what happens once the food is being broken down into the simpler pieces in our mouth. So that food is being swallowed with the help of this food pipe. Now this food pipe is called as a esophagus, and whatever the food is being swallowed, it is passed into this stomach, fine. So this is called as a esophagus, and from where it runs, all of us know it runs along with the neck and the chest. Now the food is being pushed down by the movement of the wall of the food pipe. Here you can see that when the food is pushed down into this stomach, then there is also a kind of movement in this esophagus tube or in this food type. Now actually this movement takes place throughout the alimentary canal. Throughout the alimentary canal, whenever the food is being passed into this esophagus tube, then this movement takes place. And at times whenever the food is not accepted by our body, sometimes what happens, sometimes the children are overeating anything. Fine, they are overeating anything, then sometimes what happen, our stomach is not accepting any more food substances, any kind of the food substance. Then sometimes what we are doing, we are vomiting out that substance also. Fine, so this is all about the food pipe, or it is also called as a esophagus tube. Hope you have understood this chapter, whatever the topics we have discussed today. Now whatever the left part will be there, that we will be covering up in the next video. So thank you everyone, and if you like the video, then you can like, share and subscribe my channel. Hope this video will be helpful to you for understanding different kinds of the things. And please like, share and subscribe my channel. And if you want more improvement regarding to this video, you can give your suggestions below in the comment box for more improvement regarding to this video. Thank you everyone. Please like, share and subscribe my channel.